Barbara.
Hey.
I need your help.
You always do.
I know. This is the problem. When people look at my spreadsheet here, there is an explanation behind the numbers, and they kind of freak out a little bit about our February numbers, but there's a reason there that's actually good for the business.
Okay.
How can I somehow tell them, but them still look at this visual?
Okay, so you're looking at that, and I'm noticing the red is expenses, and you've got a lot of expenses in February, not a lot of sales. So
Right.
is that what you're trying to explain?
Yes, they don't like those numbers, but
Okay.
there was actually a really good reason behind that.
Okay. There's really a very simple way to do this. We can put in a text box, and you can point the text box right to the part of your chart and explain what was happening.
Oh, that would be perfect.
Let's first put the text box in,
Okay.
and this is something we're going to insert into our chart. So based on what we've been doing so far, where do you think you might go for that?
Well, probably on this layout tab, I do see a text box icon. Are we going to start there?
You can do it there. Also, if you're in a spreadsheet, it's in the insert ribbon also.
Okay, let's just take a look at that real quick.
And you'll see way over there to the right,
Oh, there it
there's
is.
text box.
Okay.
And just to make sure, let's go back to that layout tab.
All right.
I believe you were in your chart tools on layout, and it's over there on the left. We have text box. So either place, it works.
Okay.
Let's go on and click on it. And if you bring your mouse down into the chart, notice what happens to your mouse.
It is definitely different when I put it inside my chart.
Yeah, if you bring it on down into the middle, we can see it kind of looks like one of those sword toothpicks. You ever notice that?
It's like a sword.
And I can just click and place my text box. So go on and click and drag a little bit and let go.
Okay.
And there's your text box. And so what happened in February? What did y'all do?
We had some capital expenditures. We had some large equipment purchases.
Okay. So you could put in there major acquisition, purchase, acquisition, something along those lines to tell them what you did.
How about bought stuff?
I can't spell acquisition, huh? Okay, bought stuff works for me right now. I would think probably later you'll fix that. And so we put that in there, and then your text box is kind of large. You might want to resize it. Notice your mouse is over one of those handles. If you put your mouse on any of the handles on the corners or in the middle of any of the borders of this text box, you get that double arrow, and you can click and drag and resize. So let's just click and drag and
That's what it is,
resize.
a little big.
Yeah. And then I can format the text, I can format the text box, and so forth. Let's first just bring it down a little closer to February. So if you put your mouse on the border, yeah, there you go, and bring it on down. And what would you like to do to make this text box stand out?
Well, I definitely think it should be a different background color than white, don't you? So
Okay.
that it doesn't blend in quite so much.
Sure. Where do we go to change background color?
Well, you have taught me earlier that anytime I have something selected, I should have a tab up at the top that will help me out.
Right.
So I'm looking at drawing tools up there.
Exactly.
Is that the right area?
Yes, you're in your drawing tools, and underneath that we have the Format Contextual tab. And if you click on that,
Okay.
then you'll notice there's your shape fill right about the
Yeah.
middle of the ribbon,
Okay.
and you can click down and pick a color. I would choose something besides the colors you already have in the chart just to make it stand out separately.
Okay. Let's do a orange.
Okay. Yeah, that kind of stands out.
It sure does.
You can't miss that
No,
one.
you're not going to miss that.
All right, so what else would you like to do with this? We can, for example, do stuff with your font. What would you like to do here?
Well, let's see. If I highlight that, oh, well, that guy shows up. So,
It's our mini toolbar.
all right, so let's center it. I would say let's make it a little bit bigger, don't you?
Okay.
think?
There you go.
And that looks pretty good. I like that.
All right. So let's click outside. There you go. You could have put a border around it. There's a lot of things you can do. One other thing you might want to do with the text box is you could point with an arrow from the text box to the area you're talking about. Now we can see we've put it above February, but if you wanted to put in an arrow, let's say you had several little text boxes on your chart or in your spreadsheet for that matter, and you wanted to point to items, you could draw with an arrow.
Oh, okay.
Now where would you go to get that?
How about the insert?
Okay, let's
Area
go to
here?
insert.
And we would probably want to put in some shapes maybe.
Right, you're going to find it under shapes, and there's all sorts of shapes here. We've looked at these before in other modules. You see in the lines you have arrows, and you can click on one of the arrows.
Okay.
And then just go from the text box and click and drag down to the area you're speaking about.
There, to the
There
expenses.
you go. While it's still highlighted, notice we have a contextual tab to format that. I can change the weight of the line. It's kind of a skinny line right now. I can make it heavier or darker. I can change the color. There are a lot of different things I can do to format this particular arrow.
Okay, that looks good. Now I think that explains what is going on with our February expenses.
Yeah, I would think that would be helpful because you bought stuff.
We did.